So now we're going to start inserting our divs and our elements. So what we need to do is open up our layout HTML file, and in the source code just put your cursor just after body and put in a new line, and we're going to insert a div tag. So you can actually hand code this, or what I'm going to do is basically just go up to insert, layout objects, div tag. This is just a way of Dreamweaver writing out the code for us. So in here I'm going to select on ID. As you can see, it's got our rules that we've already written out in our style sheet. So I'm going to select wrapper to start off with, and then just hit OK. So it'll put in this text, content for ID wrapper goes here. So I'm actually just going to delete that, and I'm going to hit enter a few times. So wrapper is essentially going to be our kind of container for our website. So everything in our site will go within this div. Okay, so it starts here and it ends here just before the end of body. Next, what we're going to do is start putting in some of our actual content. So I'm going to switch to split mode, and I'm going to start putting in some text. So this is going to be the title for our site. So this is going to be called Portfolio Website. So now we're going to start putting in the heading for our website. So Portfolio Website. I'm going to use the H3 tag for this. So I'm going to highlight this text and I'm going to apply the format of heading 3. So I'm just going to tidy up some of this code in here, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to highlight this text. I want to apply a class to it which is called page title, which essentially will just make the text italic. Now I'm going to put in the menu items. So after the H3 tag, so I'm going to use the code view here. Sometimes it's tricky to get the right positioning, cursor positioning, so I'm going to click enter a couple of times after the heading, and I'm going to start putting in my menu items. So first item is going to be home. Now I'm going to highlight home and I'm going to apply some formatting. So I'm just going to change this to paragraph, so it's got its own P tag. I do that because it'll help with applying the list styling in a moment. So I'm going to hit enter, and this next link is going to be called Steffi Duncan. Enter. Chris Nolan. So I'll leave you to type out the rest. So here we have our menu text written out, ready to go. So it's all in separate P tags. So what I'm going to do is highlight this text, and I'm going to change it to being a list. So I'm going to, down the bottom here, there's a button there that says unordered list. So I'm just going to click on that and it'll turn it into a list. So as you can see in the code, it's created a UL tag for unordered list, and each piece of text has its own list item. Now what we need to do is create a div for our menu. So I'm just going to go back and click before our list, unordered list code, and I'm going to go to insert, layout objects, div tag, and then the ID, there should be one left there, menu div. So just click OK, and just delete the content that comes up. Now what I'm going to do is, because I want to encompass the list that I've just created, I'm just going to grab the end div that's there, highlight it, and I'm just going to click on it again and move it till the end of the unordered list. So now we have two end divs kind of next to each other, but this one is encompassing just the menu. So now we want to apply the menu styling for this list to make it inline, so horizontal, and remove the dots. So I'm just going to select the list items, and down in the bottom properties bar I'm going to click on where it says class, and in the drop down menu we should have menu, and that will apply the class menu to the list items, as you can see, li and then class menu. So this will remove the dot point, the bullet point, and the styling will apply to make it horizontal. So I'm just going to save this. So I'm just going to click save, and then I'm going to preview it in Internet Explorer. So click on the little globe icon, hit preview in Internet Explorer, and as you can see now it's being displayed as horizontal with no bullet points. Okay, so now we've tested our site and we've got the menu going. What I want to do now is to put in the horizontal rules and some text. So the horizontal rule is going to go after the menu div, but before the end of the wrapper div. So here's the menu div, and here's the wrapper div. Okay, so you need to put in a cursor just after the second last end div, and what we're going to do is insert a horizontal rule tag. So this is written with so open bracket, it's just simply HR, and then it's a self-standing tag, so hit a space and then a forward slash to end it, and then close the bracket. And I should click over here and you should see it up here in your design view. Okay, I'm also going to add in some text in here. So what you need to do is you'll need to open up your text, website text, into a text editor. So in a Mac it would be TextEdit, or PC it would be Notepad, or as I've got Notepad++. So I've got the homepage text here. This is just simply lorem ipsum, so I'm just going to highlight the homepage, right click, copy, back to Dreamweaver, and quite simply just going to paste it in the code there. So now we have all the text in, and I'm just going to switch to design view, and obviously it's lost its formatting, so I'm going to highlight the text we just pasted in, select it all, and then I'm going to go into format and select paragraph. Okay, as you can see it's already applied the right paragraph style. Then I'll just check the text and just pop in and enter at the correct place. So that will just, it's just basically just to format it a little bit better. So with that formatting, it's just added some p tags to the text. After this text, I'm going to put in another horizontal rule. So in the code, I'm just going to highlight where it's got a horizontal rule, and I'm going to copy it and paste it after the text. So I'll just hit enter, and I'm just going to paste it in there. So that's about it. So I'm just going to click on design view and have a quick look, and I'll save my site, and so I'm just going to test it in Internet Explorer. So click on the preview icon, test in preview in Internet Explorer, and as you can see, the horizontal rules have been applied and we've got our text in there. Okay, so that's it for this lesson, and next we'll move on to talking about typography and then images and finalizing the site.